Okay, so with timpani, we are working in bass clef. So let's review that real quick. So the bass clef looks like this. Okay, the nickname for a bass clef is the F clef. And that's because where this circle starts right here is on the F line. Also, these two dots surround that F line. Now, we know that's F, and we use our musical alphabet. If we're going up the alphabet. So F, what's after F in the alphabet? A, B, C, D, E, F, G. So this space will be G. And then what's after G in the musical alphabet is A, right? So this line will be A. Now we can go backwards from there. Backwards from F is E, D, C, B, A, and that would be G. If you split this into lines and spaces, spaces are all cows eat grass. The lines can be grizzly bears don't fear anything. One thing you can think about is like bass clef is based on animals. All cows eat grass. Grizzly bears don't fear anything. Besides knowing that on timpani and getting good at that and fast at that, you need to understand the range of the timpani, because that's another thing that gets a lot of students confused. So let's talk about fundamental pitch on timpani. Fundamental pitch means the lowest pitch on the drum when the pedal is all the way down. There are some different schools of thought on this, but I'm just going to give you a general simple way to think about this. First of all, let me draw these drums. Just like on marimba, the lower notes are going to be on the left, the higher, smaller notes are going to be on the right. There are different measurements, but in general, you're dealing with a 32-inch drum, a 29-inch drum, a 26-inch drum, and a 23-inch drum. What is the pattern here? They're all separated by how many inches? 3. So I think that's also useful when we're thinking about the fundamental pitch, the lowest pitch. Okay? Let's start with D, lowest drum. What is D, lowest note, and D, lowest drum? D. Okay? So we're going to use D as the lowest pitch there. Now again, because these are separated by 3 inches, let's think thirds. D, E, F. So that's going to be F. Now going from F. F, G, A. A, and then A, B, C. So C. Those are lowest notes on these drums. Okay? Now the lowest notes on the drums are not going to sound good. You're not going to want to select those drums for those pitches. I'm just letting you know what they are. Okay. In general, the range of a drum is about a fifth. Okay, so it can be higher than that. It depends on the drum, but just keep it simple. D, E, F, G, A. And you'll notice that a fifth is a drum above it too. So D all the way up to A. So likewise, F, G, A, B, C, also this drum, F to C. Okay, what about A? That's easy. A, B, C, D, E, right? And then C, well, that should be super easy too. C, D, E, F, G. C to G. So there's your range. Now, it's not enough to know that. You need to know what that looks like in bass clef. Okay? So let's start with the low range. So this D to A would be all the way down here in the leisure lines. D is all the way down here. Okay? So that's D, E, F. There's your G. And then here's the A we talked about earlier. So your range is from D to A. All those notes can be played on that drum. Then your F, that starts here. F, G, A, B, I said all the way to C, so it goes here. This is A to E, so here's that A. A all the way up to, there's your E. Booyah! All right, so hopefully this is easier for you to see now. So there's our 32, 29, 26. There's the range. Any notes in between those you can fit on those drums. Now the 23 is C to G. So I'm going to go from this C to that G. Now again, all these you could probably get a couple notes above it, but we're just trying to help you realize what notes to pick. Okay, so on your region music, here are the pitches you have. These are the 2 pitches you're using in bass clef on the timpani CBDA, all-state music for junior high. For 4-pin ISD, we add a 3rd pitch. Okay, so let's think about that. What is that? It's a G. Okay, what's that? It's a C. And then what is that? That's an E. You California kids, this can be bonus for you. Looking at this G, which drums can get that G? Well, we know the 32 can get that G because it's right here. We know the 29 can also get that G. So we have 2 choices there. Okay? For this C, what can get this C? Well, the 29 can get this C. right there. And look, also the 26 can get that C. Okay, and then what about this E? Well, the 26 can get this E, and so can the 23. So we have some decisions to make. So how do we base our decisions? We base our decisions based on where the note lies in the drum. Okay, so this G, if we pick the G on the 29, the G is like right here towards the bottom, and the G on this drum is towards the top. I would rather go towards the middle and towards the top. When the drum is towards its lowest pitch, it's going to be a little more flabby. So we need to make sure that we're going with something with a little more tension. So I'm going to pick the 32 for my G because it's towards the top of the range. Okay, that's where I want my G, towards the top, not down here where it's all flabby. Okay, now the C, I could get the C at the top of the range of the 29, or I could get it in the mid-range of the 26. Both would be fine, so let's go with the 29 since they're right next to each other, okay? And then this E could be at the top range of the 26 or mid-range of the 23. So I'm gonna go with the 26 and know that, you know, both are okay, but I think the top range is gonna have more articulation. Okay, so hopefully that helps you understand decision-making on drums a little bit more.